How do firms get value out of their op risk programs?
Well, that's part of the key question. They don't appear to be getting a lot of value, and it needs to be a lot more done to align ops risk to business goals. And part of the problem is the businesses always invest in things they believe there's going to be a big return on or a decent return on. They haven't seen that return with ops risk. And there's a number of reasons. One is it's been populated with people who don't necessarily have a business focus. Number two, it's been regulatory driven. And the businesses don't see necessarily that there is a lot of value in funding a major ops risk program. They know they have to do it, but that's not a good sustainable model. What we want to see is, and the solution really is for the ops risk groups to really align more with helping the businesses achieve their business goals within appetite.
What will cause firms to take operational risk mitigation seriously?
Well, the whole idea with operational risk that's been a struggle is, first of all, identifying true exposure. So the fact that people have a hard time understanding what's material and what's not, and a lot of firms do not look at cost-basing those remediation actions. So you're dealing with a very vague exposure to begin with. You're dealing with control gaps that you don't necessarily understand how critical they can be to you. But firms know they're spending a ton of money on these things. So you have to have a much better model that basically helps you understand what your inherent exposure really is. And then what these controls, if you fix them, what those would actually do for you on a return basis. And you also have to understand what the cost of those controls are. And this has been part of the whole problem, is that people are told to fix things that don't necessarily would expose them to material risk, and they spend millions and millions and millions of dollars on it. And that's part of the frustration. They're being told that this is what they have to do versus saying those things would never really hurt us. It's really not worth the effort to do those things or the cost to do it, and that money could be better spent someplace else to mitigate the bigger risk. What the industry is bad at is identifying the big risk. They're very good at identifying the small little kind of cracks in the sidewalk type of thing. And people use pet projects to, oh yeah, if I put this in as an issue, we'll have to fix it, I'll get my budget. That's part of, part of the dilemma, especially in the IT or IS space, information security space. There's so many projects that the businesses don't really know where they're going to get the most value out of the money that they actually spend. And businesses are there for a reason. Their main primary goal is to make their P&L. I mean, that's what we're here for. So you really have to look at everything stemming from the P&L, filtering all the way down through the risk chain and into remediation. And once you do that, they'll have a clearer picture on what they should invest in and what they shouldn't invest in.